Hi Leo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective July reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Getting into it, and Spirit's already took 2 cards out. It wants to jump straight into the reading for you. Spirit, can we get one more card? Okay. So the overall energy for your read, I've got the Four of Spring. So potentially being in a relationship or finding something that you find very stable, something that you're feeling really happy and celebrating a lot. That's very much the theme for the month of July. So be grateful. You have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. So very much suggesting that you are feeling very happy going through July. Like I say, potentially you're going into a stable relationship here. Definitely suggests something that you've got a lot of success at. Um, happy, stable home as well. Now, going into the month, we have the Ace of Spring. Now, this could be what leads up to that Four of Spring. So it's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So there's potentially something new, maybe a new job. It could be a new start to something, a romantic venture, something that you've got a lot of passion and drive towards. At the beginning of the month, let's get some clarity on what the Ace of Spring could be. Hmm. Okay, yeah, brilliant. So you've got an Emperor here, so maybe you are looking to either step into your Emperor um persona. Maybe you're taking on some of your emperor qualities here. Now, this gender is fluid in tarot, so feel free to swap it around. It's very much personality trait. So very much feeling in control. Now, this could represent a father figure. Maybe you're a father figure and you're stepping up, being more of a dad. If you are a dad, not that you need to step up, but you might be taking more responsibility in that particular area. It could be that you're a bit of a leader. Now, this could be a boss, a father figure, maybe somebody that's got children coming into your life. Very much suggests that if it's somebody that's coming in, they've got everything, they're well glued together. It's somebody that you would happily let take the lead in things, somebody that can offer you some stability here. Now, I've got a Four of Pentacles, so it is suggesting to me that you're releasing something as well that you've been holding on to, something that you found was some sort of stability to you. Some Maybe it could be that you're spending a little bit of money as well. Maybe you're giving some money away. Sometimes that Four of Pentacles can represent you giving money to charities, for instance, or donating money to a good cause. Whatever it is, you are going to be releasing something here. Now, this could be somebody that you've been holding on to from the past. Um, you are more of a fire sign though, so I'm feeling it. I mean, if you've got Earth in your other placements, there's a good possibility that it could be a person that you're holding on to or emotions, something that you find stable and grounding. I feel like it's more to do with finances though, so you might even be having a big spend on something, but it does feel like, I mean, it could be, like I say, a new job. So it could be that you're just releasing something that you thought was pretty stable in the past, and might be going from one job to another job. I do have a Five of Cups here as well. So you've potentially been grieving something. This is where I'm thinking it could be that you're releasing someone from the past. Doesn't have to be. This is very much a card of you coming out of some grief. So it does suggest to me that if you have been crying over something, if there's been a separation maybe, or if you've gone through some hard times and you've been going through grief, it is going to ease for you at the start of the month. Whatever this new beginning is, it's going to help take some of that pain and sorrow away. Now, what you've got as a challenge for the month, we have a Nine of Winter. So this is like the Nine of Swords. So unfounded fear, focused on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So you could very well be having some sleepless nights. You might be stressing, a bit of anxiety here. It does suggest that you're very fearful of something that's happened, and it's like it's replaying, and it's giving you really bad sleepless nights, and that is very much a challenge. It could be that certain things from the past, you're revisiting them. Maybe you're fearful that whatever new you're walking into, history could repeat itself. It does look as though you need to release whatever it is. So again, it's telling me that if you've been working hard on something and it's not really been materializing for you, you need to release it. So it could very well be you moving into a new job. Like I say, now you could be a little bit scared and anxious about moving into a new job. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't necessarily, how to put it, maybe you're scared about how the money's going to work out. Are you going to be a little bit lacking for a month or two? Is it going to be for you? You could have anxiety about starting something fresh, but it does suggest that whatever it is, something that you've been working hard on, something that you put a lot of time and effort into, it's not materialized. So you need to be walking away from it. It's not going to do you any good. I do have the devil here in the reverse as well. So very much freeing you up from anything that's been negative or toxic that's been impacting on you. Possibly ending addictions as well. It could be that you are releasing some sort of addictive cycle. Um, I do feel like this can also be releasing that fear, whatever that nine of wands or nine of winds, sorry, is suggesting that you're replaying. It could very well be that what you need to release is this fear that you've been holding on to for quite some time. It could be that you've been feeding it to yourself a lot, because I've also got a five of wands here, which is very much about competition and battle. So to me, it feels like you may have either been in competition or in battle with somebody, potentially with yourself, about how things are going to play out. And I feel like that's very much what this is all about. You've been possibly telling yourself something isn't going to work, you can't do something, and you've been feeding yourself some negative thought, um, and you're not really moving anywhere because of it. You potentially have been sitting there saying to yourself, "No, I can't do that. I'm not good enough for that. I can't act in a certain way. I can't change what I want to do. I can't take control of things. I have to do." It could very well be that you telling yourself you're not capable of doing something. And that, to me, feels like what you may have to release here. Um, it's very negative energy, and it's something that you may have been building up within yourself for quite some time. And it's something that you sit and think about quite a lot. You know, if it's something to do with a new relationship or a new job, it could very well be that something's happened in the past. You may have made a few, not necessarily mistakes, but choices that you're not very happy that you made, choices that you may regret, something that you need to learn from. But it could very well be that you feel like you're just going to keep making those same choices because you haven't necessarily learnt the lesson behind it. And to me, it feels like you might be telling yourself off, saying that you don't deserve something, saying that you're not good enough for something because of something that you may have done in the past, even though you may have tried to work really hard on something in the past that you've had to release. I mean, it feels more like you've been working hard on telling yourself that you can't do something, to be completely honest. And I feel like you're really having sleepless nights over it. You're having a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. Now, it could be whatever this new start is. It could be with somebody or with a company that you've been with before. And it may very well be that you're thinking history is going to repeat itself. And if something happened where you made a wrong choice, or a choice that, not necessarily a wrong choice, but a choice that you weren't happy with, you may be worried that you're going to make the same choice, or that particular person might not forgive you for making that choice. But at the end of the day, it looks very much like it's it's very much battled within yourself, and it's something that you need to come to terms with and you need to release. It looks to me very much like it's a lesson that you haven't finished learning, maybe something that you haven't finished healing from. But when you do heal from it and you do release it, I do have a four of autumn. So manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. So again, we've got that four of pentacles, but it's in the upright. Well, all those cards are in the upright, but it feels to me like you're going to be getting stability. You're going to be finding that actually this is something you can hold on to. Um, because I've got, yeah, that four of springs there, four of springs, the ace of spring. It looks to me like you're just going to release something from the past and you're going to find something new that is very much stable that you're going to be holding on to. We get two more cards for clarity, please. I know it looks as though somebody might not be particularly happy. We do have a Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse. This is potentially somebody that, I mean, it could very well be that you're holding on to this particular person. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. She wants a nice, happy home. She likes to give, but she gives a little bit too much. She's a little bit too spend spendthrift. No, what do you call it? It's somebody that spends a lot of money on the home, maybe too much sometimes. Um, it could even be that she's not really doing much with her home at the moment. She might not even have a home. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody that, I mean, she likes to have all the finest things. Don't get me wrong. Queen of Pentacles is very much somebody who likes finer things in life. But in the reverse, she's not really keeping them. She's not necessarily maintaining them. So it could very well be that whoever it is that you're going to be meeting, I mean, this could very well be you, and it could be that you are going to be moving into gaining some sort of stability. This could be somebody that you're going to be holding on to. Um, I do have a King of Wands here, which is feeling more like you, to be completely honest. Somebody that is very passionate and wants to take charge. Now, this could very well be that you are going to be taking charge in a particular situation. Maybe somebody that you're with, or are going to be, or, somebody that you're meeting, somebody that you're getting into a relationship with potentially may not be the wisest with money or may not be the best with, maintaining the home, something like that. And it could be that you're coming in to take control. I mean, it did feel like the Emperor was you at the start. I did feel like that was very much you taking control of things. Now, if the Emperor isn't you, then this King of Wands is that Emperor. It's very much somebody that is coming in to lead. So it could be that maybe you're embodying this Queen of Pentacles and this King of Wands is coming in for you. Now, it does look as though there could be the odd disagreement. I do have the Two of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this might be more to do with what you're releasing. It doesn't necessarily have to be to do with romance. It could just be that there's a friend, a family member that you may have a bit of a falling out with, potentially. It could even be a job that you know how sometimes when you leave one job, the manager or whatever isn't particularly happy with it, and if you wanted to keep your options open, they might be closing the door, unfortunately, Um, it could just be that you are having a couple of disagreements, but it does show that you are trying to hold on to it and work through things. Now, it could very well be that you were already in a relationship. Something, what might happen is seeing this Two of Cups, if this is a relationship, something might happen. And this is where you're feeling like you're not good enough for something. Maybe you get into a small argument over something and you feel like history's repeating itself and you're trying very hard to work on it, but things are just not necessarily panning out. You still might be having a few disagreements there, but you're very much trying to hold on. Let's get you a couple of cards of advice. Spirit, what's the best thing that Leo can do in this situation? Let some advice for Leo, please, Spirit. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. So I've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse telling me that you should let your guard down. Be open and vulnerable with this person. Potentially you've not been vulnerable with them. You may not tell them what you think. You might keep your guards up ridiculously high because you don't necessarily want to get hurt. You might feel like nobody's interested in learning about you, you know? This is telling me you need to be vulnerable. You need to make sure that you're vulnerable and you're open and you share things with your person. I've got a Knight of Cups here, which is very much telling me you need to be open with your emotions. Tell the person what it is that you want. Let them know how you're feeling, you know? Make the move towards them if they're backing off slightly. Let them know very much how you're feeling. That vulnerability with your emotions here, you know, opening up, letting them see who you are on the inside. I do have the Chariot as well in the reverse. It's feeling to me like maybe you were a bit of a runner potentially in the past, where if something didn't necessarily work out, maybe you don't like opening up, and if somebody doesn't appreciate that, you just kind of run off. This is telling me that you should stay put, maybe try and work it out. If, for instance, you've opened up, you've given your emotions and things don't start to improve, you know, then consider what is it that you want. You know, have your heart and your head in alignment before you move forward. Um, and make sure that everything is on the same page, but work out what it is that you actually want before moving forward. But yeah, it does suggest that you do need to open up before you try moving forward. Right, let's get this Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. We've got where you need to be and blend into the environment. So where you need to be, acknowledge how you're feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of the current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So again, very much being in touch with your emotions, sharing your emotions, which it was feeling like you weren't doing, and that's why you've got that as your advice. And then blend into the environment. So you have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly. So again, the chariot there. Take time, assess what's going on, see it for what it is, you know, open up, express your emotions, and then observe, see what happens. If it doesn't change in your favor, if it doesn't turn to what you want it to, you know, then by all means do what you need to do if you need to move away from it. But you need to open up and give it a chance. That's if you want to, obviously. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Leo. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed. It is very much appreciated. It helps the channel grow and it does help pass the message on to other people as well. So thank you very much for all of you that have subscribed. Thank you for joining me today and good luck.